What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are talking about what's happening in Detroit. Yes, they are talking about making it a requirement that if you are a gun owner, you have to have a safe. So let's get right into this right now. If you are subscribed, I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, man, listen, maybe it's something that you heard today that you like from a young man like me. Okay, I'm speaking from perspective, I'm speaking common sense, and that's what we're lacking in this world. So with that being said, let's get into this right now. It's a new gun storage law will make it a crime to leave your gun unattended around kids in Michigan. So how do y'all feel about that title right there? Well, personally, me, I think that you should automatically do that. Michigan's new safe storage and gun laws go into effect starting on February 13th. All Michigan homeowners with people under the age of 18 present, yours or visiting, will be required to keep firearms that are being stored or left unattended, unloaded, and locked. If a child manages to get to the gun, you can face a misdemeanor, and if he or she inflicts harm on someone, you face a felony up to 15 years in jail. How do y'all feel about that? It also says universal background checks will now be required whenever you purchase any firearm. Red flag legislation permits individuals to seek an extreme risk protection order. This law enables relatives, law enforcement officers, mental health experts, and past romantic partners to request a judge intervention in cases where they fear someone poses a direct risk to their own safety or that of others. The judge is required to make a determination on a protective order within 24 hours of the application being submitted. Should the order be issued, a hearing must be scheduled within 14 days, during which an individual in question must demonstrate their lack of a significant threat. This will prevent people convicted of domestic violence misdemeanors from possessing or owning a firearm for 8 years following their conviction. So let's go ahead and dive into this right here. At the end of the day, me personally, coming from my standpoint, I feel that safes should be required. I do understand why they're making the move that they are making. And the reason is because people are literally leaving their firearms unattended. And these kids are getting a hold of these weapons, and they're either using them on themselves or they're using them and it's harming other people around them. I understand that people want to protect their family accordingly. And that's one thing that I am about. I'm about protecting my family all the way to the end of the road. If you love your family, you would not only just have a firearm, no, you would have a safe to protect everyone around who's in your house that shouldn't have access to your firearm. Now, one thing I will say is this. You know, I've been to people's houses or whatever the case may be, and it's just me coming up, and yeah, of course I've seen firearms. I mean, who hasn't? I'm not gonna say I was the responsible one, but what I will say is I didn't touch them, but they were accessible. People have had a firearm in the craziest place. Okay, I'm gonna have it underneath the bed. Okay, I'm gonna have it on top of the refrigerator. I'm gonna have it right here on top of this cabinet because I don't think, well, I know the kids ain't gonna go there. No, the kids looking exactly where you think they not gonna look. And that's the problem. I do agree with the legislation when it comes down to having a safe to the point to where no one should be able to access your weapon but yourself. And it's not only to keep it away from kids, it's just keeping it away from people that shouldn't have access to your weapons. Because when you turn around and you looking for your stuff and it's gone, now you want to point the blame on somebody else, but you got to point the blame on yourself because you weren't being responsible and you wasn't locking up your stuff. I am a advocate of having a safe. Regardless of the fact you spend $500 to $1,000 on a firearm, but you can't even spend $100 on a safe. You have to understand that we are living in the year 2024. The safes that they used to make are not the same anymore. Okay, so if you're listening to this and you're like, oh man, it's Jay on some BS, he on some straight BS. No, let me tell you something, right? I have multiple safes, and most of them are fingerprint safes. So at the end of the day, if it comes down to the get down, all I gotta do, this is all I have to do, boom, and it pop right open, and then I'm good to go. Some people like, no, I gotta have it on me at all times, even when I'm in the house. Okay, that's cool. It's on you. So, that's one thing. But when you set it to the side, when you like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, you know what I'm saying? And you know that your kids are watching you, they're watching how you move, you know what I'm saying? So they know that you holding too. So don't act, just because they don't bring it up don't mean that they don't see it. No, they see it. What we have to come to is teaching our kids firearm safety, because they are going to go somewhere. It's going to come a time in their life when they go somewhere and they are around firearms. They should be able to know what to do when they are around firearms. The reason why I'm saying that is because if anybody hands you a firearm, you should take every firearm seriously as if it is real. These kids, they picking up these firearms and they're thinking they're toys. Not only that, we also have to teach our significant others about firearm safety. I know that some ladies or even some men out here like, no, I don't want to be around them. I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Because something happened to a family member and no, I just hate them. Well, that's understandable. These firearm safes, I feel, is totally needed because we are getting these firearms and we are being negligent in the point to where we're not even protecting our loved ones from these firearms, and that's the main issue. All Michigan homeowners with people under the age of 18 present, yours or visiting, will be required to keep firearms that are being stored or left unattended, unloaded, and locked. If you have a firearm and you don't have a safe, it has to be unloaded and locked. Your best bet is to go ahead and get you a safe, because if it's unloaded and it's locked, you can't get to it fast enough. You're not going to be able to, oh shoot, somebody coming, let me hurry up, unlock this, then load up the magazine, cock it. That's too much. Get you a safe. It's so easy. And also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys a safe that I have. I keep safes, you know what I'm saying? So the safe that I have, and I'm gonna explain one safe to you guys. And there's multiple ways to get into the safe, okay? This safe has fingerprint access. It also has a code access where I got to type in the code, and it also has a key access. If one fails, the other one will work. And the lifespan of these batteries, okay, and they're rechargeable. LiPo, they're rechargeable. These batteries last, I would say, probably like a year and a half, and then I got to charge it again for about 2 hours, and then it's good for another year and a half. So at the end of the day, like, is it worth it? Absolutely, because I know that I can live my life without worrying about a kid being in my house and finding something that they shouldn't be finding. Not only that, if something did happen, then you got to explain it to the family. So who wants to go through that? And we have seen this going on all year long for the last few years. It's been crazy because these kids have been finding these firearms throughout y'all homes. And unfortunately, some bad things have come up. Universal background checks will now be required whenever you purchase any firearm. So with that being said, like, they was already doing a universal background check when you purchase a firearm, but now it says when you purchase any firearm. So you didn't have to register your rifles with the local police station, but I think that's probably where they may be aiming for. Handguns, you definitely had to register those with the local police department. Red flag legislation permits individuals to seek an extreme risk protection order. This law enables relatives, law enforcement officers, mental health experts, and past romantic partners to request a judge intervention in cases where they fear someone poses a direct risk to their own safety or others. Now this, I think, could be a good thing, but at the same time, it could be a bad thing, because when you talk about mental illness, and mental health. This will prevent people convicted of domestic violence misdemeanors from possessing or owning a firearm for 8 years following their conviction. Now, I totally agree with this because I posted quite a few videos about domestic violence and what's been going on out here with these cowardly men. These cowardly men, they are quick to take the easy route out. And with that being said, they don't think before they act. And they just like, hey, if I'm going out, we all going out. And that's, it's a special place in hell for them. Should this law be passed, should this law be put into place as far as having a safe in your house if you are a firearm owner. But I just want you guys to protect yourself and protect your families, protect your kids. If you love your family to the point to where you will protect them, which you should, then you should ultimately protect them. So go ahead and get you a firearm safe. Mount it to the wall, mount it to the floor, mount it. You have to mount it so nobody could just pick it up and move it. I'm gonna show you guys one of my firearm safes, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to use. I'm gonna drop a link in the description, and if you want to purchase it, go ahead. But I'm telling you right now, they passing the law. Go ahead and get your safe. And even if it don't pass, just go ahead and get it.